Have you ever dreamed of creating an authentic style crazy quilt? Well, someone asked in the comments on my last video, and I will link that video here. Have you used this method using the fabrics used in the Victorian era? The crazy quilt is by far my favorite. Just curious. Thought I'd ask before I try it myself. Thanks, Anne, for that comment. What I did is I thought I would go thrifting because in the last videos I've just been using quilting cotton scraps that I've had to make the crazy quilts. So I thought I would change it up a bit. I went thrifting, which I hadn't done in a long time because I have so much fabric here. But I thought it would be fun to show you what I got on my thrifting haul. Before I show you, I want to let you know that I did create a little cheat sheet for all of you. It is a crazy quilt thrift store checklist. I list priority finds. Those would be the things like if you're looking for silk, look in the scarves, blouses, ties, and linings. If you're looking for velvet, look in the jackets, skirts, and pillows. I found my velvet in a pillow. Satin, look in those dresses, the vintage nightgowns, and linings of jackets. Brocade, I hope that's how you say it. Those are those raised fancy patterns. You can find those on vintage runners and such. And damask, I hope that's how you say that. Those are woven elegant patterns. And then I have much more on this checklist. So if you are interested in this so that you can take it on your next thrifting adventure for your crazy quilt blocks, I'll leave a link for this in the description box below. So let me show you what I got. I'm going to bring you down to the table so that you can see. I found these. These are 2 pillowcases, and it has a textured type of vibe. It has that shiny vibe that would reflect items from the Victorian era, and it also has the lining that we could use as well. So 2 pillowcases. I went to 2 thrift stores. One was St. Vincent de Paul, and I went to one that's called Able Thrift Store, and these were both in Wausau, Wisconsin, and I paid $3.23 for both of these. So I thought that would be fun to use in our project. I think what I'm going to do is do a part 2 where we cut our fabrics and make some authentic style. They won't be authentic because many of these fabrics are not original to the Victorian era, but it'll still be fun to get that look. And then as Anne was wanting to find out, will these work? Because these are textured fabrics. They're not like quilting cotton. So we want to find out if we can use the glue technique for these. So there's those 2 pieces. And then I found this. This feels silky, and I know you can't see it, but it's really slippery. And I thought this was interesting. It is a Mainstays product, and it does say that it's polyester, which most of this stuff is, but because of the texture, this is even slippery on the back. I'm thinking this was a curtain. And that's fine because we're just going to use what we have, but I think we can get it to look pretty neat. So there's that. So again, that was $3.93. And there's a lot of fabric there. I found this, and I believe this is a tablecloth, but as you can see, it has texture on the back, and that same texture is on the front. You're looking for those Victorian looking fabrics with texture. So I thought this would be perfect. Also, the colors are just amazing. But because of the patterns, I think this would be awesome. And this was $4.23. This is simply a corduroy jacket. But I thought the colors were just amazing. And again, we're looking for texture. We're looking for those Victorian style patterns. And this is floral. How neat is that? And we can get all kinds of pieces for different projects out of this. And this was $4.93. So you never know where you're going to find your fabrics. Could be in a jacket, could be in a pillow. This is the pillow I was telling you about, and this is velvet. And I'm just going to take the stuffing out. And we'll use this in our crazy quilt. That'll be fun. And this was, look at the price, guys, $0.999. As close to $1 as you can get. And then next we got this for 99 cents. Some of this I haven't even opened. This is more like a canvas. So, and it has some texture to it as well, as you would have found in the Victorian era. It says it's an original screen print design by Rich Loom Fabrics Group. So how fun is that? And then this was 99 cents. And these pieces give off a Victorian type vibe. And it is heavily textured, kind of like an upholstery fabric. And I like the different colors in there that we can mix in our quilt. So there's that. This was 99 cents. And this is wool. And it looks like someone already cut it up before me. So it was part of something else, and someone just gifted it to the thrift store. So this will be fun to integrate into the crazy quilt. And this will be a good test because of all the texture. We'll see if the glue method will work. That is what I got at the thrift store. Except let me tell you, I got this. Hopefully you can see that. This is 100% polyester low loft quilters fusible batting. See that? I got this entire bag. I'm sure some of it's been used. But it is from June Taylor, and I paid 49 cents. So it really has nothing to do with my crazy quilt fabrics, but I wanted to show you that. How fun and exciting is that? Because fusible batting is so expensive now. So I may integrate that into some blocks. We'll have to see. And then I just found some fleece. And I got this for 99 cents. It's a piece that's 36 inches by 20 inches. And I love using fleece as batting. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that in there for you. And then if you remember, I made some tote bags with upholstery samples. And I just pulled some of these out. These are very vintage, but it still has a texture. But I think this one gives off that Victorian vibe. So this we can integrate in. And these are just from my own stash, and this one is tapestry material. I thought that would be interesting, and that'll be a real test to see if the glue will work. This one truly gives off Victorian vibes. How about that? And a pretty blue. And here's this. And I just want to tell you that with upholstery samples, they do have paper on the back. A lot of times I don't even mess with trying to iron or getting them off. I'll just cut that piece off. And then I can save these pieces that I cut off for fabric postcards. So nothing goes to waste. Now I found this in the stash and it's silk. So we'll definitely be using some of that. We just want to remember with some of these fabrics, the silks and polyester and those types of things that might have something shiny on top and we don't know what the shiny is. I would put a pressing cloth on top before you iron. We don't want anything to melt. But look how pretty this is. And there's that one. And this. And here's another canvas type. That's definitely giving off the vibes. And this is really thick. So that will be a good test. More Victorian vibes. These are like silk panels. And look at the colors, so we can integrate that. This felt more wool. So it's a thinner wool, but I think that would be fun. And there's this. This was a little thinner, but I still thought it had that Victorian vibe. And there's a whole lot of this. This is Henrietta from the Shelburne Museum Collection by Greff, I want to say. Greeff. I could be wrong on that. Oops, there you go. So I thought, even though this feels cottony, it's still thicker. And it says it was made in England. So there is that. So I pulled those from my upholstery sample box. We have the items from our thrift haul. And in part 2 of the video, we'll show how we integrate all of this. How's that sound? Thank you guys so much for the comments. I I just appreciate all the love on the crazy quilt videos. It seems like we're having a lot of fun with those and we're learning together. I just appreciate you all so much. If you're heading out to a thrift store, just keep your eyes open for interesting textures, soft worn fabrics, anything with a little history to it, and pieces that simply make you smile. You don't need a plan, just a little curiosity. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a Bible verse and a final thought to encourage you. The Bible verse is from Psalm 107, verse 1. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. When I look at these simple pieces of fabric, I'm reminded how much we've been given, often in ways we might overlook. Each little scrap, just like each day, is a gift filled with purpose and possibility. Gratitude has a way of opening our eyes to the beauty already around us. And when we pause to give thanks, even the smallest things begin to feel like treasures. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and for sharing in the joy of these little finds. I spent just under $20 for all of this and the velvet pillow. I'll see you in part 2 of this video, and we'll give these little finds some purpose. And until the next video, God bless you.